Hello, welcome to this week's video. It's my second ever sketchbook tour, and this time I'm going to be showing you a smaller sketchbook by Seawhite of Brighton. All my sketchbooks are from them. I think they're great for any kind of artist and they do well with lots of media types, so no matter how good your skills are or your materials are, if you don't have a decent sketchbook with good paper in it, you're probably not going to get the desired outcome that you wanted, and that can be off-putting and make you want to quit. So I just wanted to share my favourite sketchbooks with you and show you how I use them. If you want to try them for yourself, Seawhite of Brighton kindly gave me a 10% off code, so use BF10 at checkout to get 10% off their products. I'll leave the website in the description below, so let's get on with the video. So the first page of this sketchbook is just kind of like a little journal, and I've just done some biro drawings of what I could see on my journey, and then I've just added some like coloured pencil to it just to give it a little bit of a pop of colour. And then I'm really happy with this spread actually. I've used watercolours and watercolour pencil to add some details, all with like a biro outline as well, and then I just coloured it in afterwards. This is a theme throughout this whole sketchbook as well. I think these little travel size sketchbooks are really good for just kind of drawing what you see in the moment, and then you can go back and add the colour afterwards. That's what I would tend to do. I just have a pen on me and sketch down what I could see or what I was thinking about, and then when I had time I could go back and add some colours in. I'm really happy with how this hand turned out. Yeah, for some reason I really like it. I think just like the contours and everything in it look really good, and then I've added some shadow in there with like a darker coloured pencil. Yeah, I'm just really happy with this page. The dog is super cute, just like a combination of textures with the loose watercolour and then some coloured pencil and stuff over the top, as well as the outline of the biro with the contrast of like the colour behind as well. The blues and the reds I think pop, and yeah, just look really nice together. And then this was just a beach scene from Southwold, just like the cute little beach huts, and got some clouds and the sea. Yeah, so I did a same thing really, just a combination of watercolour pencil and watercolours, and then like a little bit of biro as well. And then this page again, just the view from the pier, a quick biro sketch, and then added in some watercolour paint, and I think it looks quite nice, just like doing a little bit of journaling and then having the paint kind of over the text as well. I think that works really nicely. Yeah, just getting down some basic colours really. This is one of my favourite pages in the sketchbook. I love the colours of the sky. I remember taking this photo just thinking it just looked amazing and that I had to paint it, so I just wanted to really quickly get down the colours that I remembered. Like the bright orange and pink sky was just beautiful. So yeah, I think the colours in this page was really nice. Again, just with watercolour. There's no biro or anything in this one. I just make a little note really on each page of where I was and, you know, where we were going or what we were doing, just so I can remember, because this sketchbook is nearly, I think it's about 8 years old, one of my older sketchbooks, so getting to flick through it again now, just giving myself a little reminder of where I was and what I was doing is really nice. This is just a journal page, and I stuck my ticket in there, and then this was just a quick sketch, and I used some pro markers I think in this one, just to get down like the basic colours and stuff of what I could see, and I think this paper deals with them quite nicely. Like the background looks really nice, it kind of just looks like all one colour. You can't really see like the strokes of the pen. I think it all bleeds in quite nicely together, unless you do this and purposely make it look really blocky. But yeah, I just kind of again wrote down what we were doing that day. It bleeds a little bit through the other side of the paper, but I think it looks quite nice because you have the same same picture just in reverse. So yeah, I just left that page because I thought it looked quite cool. I think you get this in any type of paper, even if you have super thick, like sturdy paper. It will always show through when you're using like really strong markers. This was Pro Marker again on this page. Just wanted to get down the colours of the seaside. Again, this is like one of we went to like a nature reserve. This was one of the views I remember seeing. I had like quite limited colour palette back then with the amount of Pro Markers I had. I didn't have enough money to go and buy all of them. So yeah, I just kind of had to use the colours that I had to make up the scenes. This is just a quick biro study of a marsh harrier that I saw there. I think I might have used a reference photo or taken a photo of some of the signs we saw or something, and then yeah, just quickly did a little biro drawing of that. And another one here, but I've added in some colour pencil just on bits of it to add a bit of yeah, just a little pop of colour, just to remind me what colours the marsh harrier were. And then this, I quite like this page actually. It looks really messy, but I think it gives quite a lot of like movement to the page. You can see like the clouds and the sea, and it gets that feel of it being like a windy kind of moving seaside scene. So yeah, I quite like this page, even if it is a bit messy. Just biro and coloured pencil in this one, and I like how this sandy rock, it's got like the blues to give the shadows as well. I quite like that. And then this is the same place, but I've just done the other view, the other side of it, and used biro and watercolour this time to add in some colours. So yeah, it's okay. I like that page. I like the writing with the colour in the background. Same for this page. This page was just like a really quick biro sketch. Then I did a biro drawing of a little tern, and then I think I came back and added the colour later if I remember correctly. So yeah, just like a watercolour wash in the background, and then I added in some coloured pencil on top of the watercolour for the bird, just to give it a bit more definition and some texture. And then this is just a sketch of the beach near my house. I think I was sat down there one day, so just did a little drawing. This is a watercolour and biro study of a wood warbler. I really like the colours in this one as well. Even though like the background and the bird are quite similar, I think it all works really nicely together as a page. And yeah, just adding in some details with some biro. This is a pretty page. I like this. This was at Arn in Dorset, and it was when all the purple heather was starting to show. So yeah, I think that's quite pretty. Just a quick like landscape study of what I could see, my view. Yeah, very nice. And then just some biro drawings of when I went to Longleat Safari Park. Just some of the animals there. I use this sketchbook a bit like a scrapbook as well, and just stick anything in that would evoke memories and stuff. So yeah, plane ticket. And then just like a little drawing of when we were on holiday, biro with some watercolours. Again, one of the views when we were walking through one of the towns. I quite like this. I'm not a fan of like the silhouette that I did. It's all like out of proportion and stuff. But if I just left it as like the view, and like the perspective looks quite nice because it's getting smaller as we go down. So yeah, and the buildings coming up the sides, yeah, I really like that, apart from the person. And then this was just a biro study of one of the Colosseum things that we went to go see, and I really like this actually. I did like a lot of texture, like a lot of hatching, and this tree is really cool. I really like the tight like spirals and marks that I created with this. And then just some what were we playing, hangman, and a watercolour study of an aqueduct with some biro. And then this was just like a little close-up study of an otter's face, and then I just added in a quick wash of watercolour just to make it pop a little bit against all the writing that I did. And then this was just a really quick biro drawing of a little view with some birds perched on a ledge and then some of the reeds sticking up, but I used marker on the other page, which you can see kind of comes through. So yeah, just like a little robin on a bird feeder, little pro marker study. Again, the same with this page. You can see the drawing of the great tit kind of comes through on the other page, but you know, I don't mind. It's not perfect. That's what sketchbooks are for. Just experimenting and getting your ideas down and stuff. But yeah, I really like how I used the pro markers in this one and blended all the colours against like a bolder background. So yeah, I think that looks nice. And then this was just a really super quick loose watercolour painting of a deer. And then on the other side I've used some watercolours as well and did like a biro drawing of a deer and then watercoloured over the top of it. I think these pages hold out really well considering I've used water on both sides of the page. It's not buckled or anything at all. You can't really see it through the other side. So yeah, this sketchbook and these pages are really handy for watercolour. They've got extra wet strength as well, so they're really good for all sorts of water materials, like if you had watercolour pencils and you added water to them, or just plain watercolours, or maybe gouache and wanted to like keep reactivating the layers of paint using water, then I don't think you'd have any trouble on these pages. They're yeah, really sturdy and great for mixed media as well. Yeah, did the same on this page. I had a barn owl just sketched out and then just added some watercolour just to give it some background and a little bit of colour on the owl. This is one of my favourite drawings and spreads in the sketchbook as well. I found a jay feather, so I stuck that in and then I had to just draw a jay to accompany it. So yeah, I think that goes together really nicely. I like the colours, the contrast of the green and the oranges and the blues. I think that all looks really nice together. And again, just a quick biro outline and then added water to the top of it, watercolour. Same with this page with the pigeon, just drew the outline in biro and then added some watercolour. I really like the subtle greens and purples that have kind of all blended into the grey. I think that looks really, really nice. I always draw in biro and I really hate using pencils for drawing. I don't know if anybody else is the same. I don't like how smudgy it is. I just like the finality, like the final thing. You can't do it again when you draw with biro, and I know it stays and I can like do watercolour over the top of it and stuff. So yeah, not a fan of pencil. Comment down below if you're the same or if I'm just weird. Just some more hangman and some notes from wildlife photographer of the year that I went to, and then just a scene from Titchfield Haven, which is like a reserve. So this is a cormorant and like the reeds in the background and the water. I think that looks like a really nice background to write over the top of. It's really interesting. And then a drawing of an oyster catcher. I've used blue biro pen for these ones, which is quite interesting. I guess it goes with the water in the background and stuff, but yeah, quite happy with that one. This was a biro drawing and then coloured it in with coloured pencils. just of a vole and a vole swimming away. But yeah, I quite like the texture you get with coloured pencil. I think it's really nice, especially for like fur on animals. I think it's really good. And then some more biro drawings of a moorhen and a coot, and then colouring them in with coloured pencils, creating like a darker shadow on the floor. I like how I've used the combination of blue and black in there, so it's not just like flat black with no depth in it, you get the shades of blue as well. I think that's quite nice. These were done on just some like brown craft paper that I've stuck in to the sketchbook, just of some swans that I've seen in Winchester. Again, biro drawings. I think it's quite nice to have like different coloured backgrounds for your drawings. It gives it just a different vibe. I like that a lot. And then just some more biro studies, a long-tailed tip and a lapwing. This is quite nice. I like the colours in this. Peacock butterfly, biro outline, and then coloured pencil. Yeah, I like how the blues and the pinks and the purples on the spots have like blended in really nicely together, and then you get the contrast of the green and the red as well to make it pop. That's quite nice. And then just a little biro study of a house sparrow. Again, you can kind of see the pro marker through the other side, but yeah, I don't mind. It's a sketchbook, it's not meant to be perfect. Yeah, woodpecker, and then a seeker deer. I think like I just like to block in bits of colour just to make it stand out a bit better, so it's not like all the same biro drawings. Well, on this page you can kind of disguise the bleed from the pro markers. I did a bit of watercolour over the top, and I think it works quite well because you can kind of see some of the textures coming through the watercolour from the pro markers, but I think that looks really nice and just adds something a bit different to it. So yeah, this is just a little study of a fox, and then I stuck in a map of one of the wildlife parks we went to. And then this was when we went to Scotland via the Lake District, and I took a photo of some of the scenery, and yeah, just did a biro and coloured pencil quick study of it, which yeah, it's nice and bright, this page actually. I really like that. And then I've just stuck in some other wildlife parks we went to. This is a study of an osprey. So yeah, I think that's turned out quite nice. I like the colours, like the brown, like muted colours is quite nice. It goes together quite nicely. And then yeah, a study of a crossbill, some biro and watercolour. The blue background and kind of like the orangey browns. I think that looks nice, it stands out. And then just again like a scenery study. I'm not great at figures. I don't know why I bother drawing them. I should just leave them out, but maybe it's good. It's good to practice. That's what sketchbooks are for as well. You need to practice things. So yeah, quick study of when we were hiking, and then a watercolour biro study of a snow bunting. Yeah, I think it's good. I really need to practice birds more, and obviously I wanted to do that in this sketchbook. Just to get their proportions right. I find it a bit tricky sometimes. Just a journal page and a study of a reindeer calf. We saw those when we went to the Cairngorms in Scotland. They have a reindeer sanctuary, and it's kind of, they live wild, like out on the heathland. So yeah, that was really cute. We got to go and feed them and just yeah, walk around with them and take photos, and they had some calves, so yeah, really cute, really good memory. And then just a little flyer from a gallery we went to see and we walked past, and another study of one of the fully grown reindeers that we saw. And we went to the Isle of Mull and saw a seal. So yeah, I did like a close-up study of a face and just coloured it in with some watercolours. I think I quite like the different contrasts of grey and how you get the effect of the shading and stuff just with some simple watercolour. I think that's quite effective. And then a golden eagle that we saw as well. We only obviously saw it from a distance, spotted it through some binoculars, but I found a photo just to do a quick reference study of it, and again biro and some watercolours just to get a quick idea of colour. And then we went horse riding along Loch Ness, which was really cool, and I just wanted to do a quick like little study of the horses that we were riding. One was called Florrie and one was called Todd. Yeah, I remember them being very cute, so just did a little quick study of them. Postcard from Scotland. I love sheep. I think they're so cute, so I picked a sheep postcard. Just some more journaling. Oh, I found a tawny owl feather, possibly a tawny owl feather. That's what we thought it was, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you do know, let me know in the comments below what you think it might be. I was thinking maybe a buzzard or a tawny owl, but yeah, not sure. So if you know, let me know. And then just a quick study of some Highland cows that I went to go see and we named them. And then I think we went on holiday to Portugal. So this was just a quick study of one of the swimming pools, and it had like a little waterfall and some birds were around drinking out of it. I like this drawing actually, I think that looks really good. It's a biro drawing of one of the spiky plants, the trees that they had out there. I just put spiky tree plant. That's not helpful. But yeah, I think like the shadows and the light and everything works really nicely in that little drawing. Some more journaling, and then a study of one of the cool birds we saw out there. That's really cute. That's just, yeah, everywhere I go I try to get a postcard or something that I can stick in a sketchbook to reference where I've been. So yeah, that's cute. I love dogs and animals, as everyone knows, so yeah, that's, I obviously picked that postcard for that. Just some more journaling. This page, I quite like this, even though it's a bit messy. Just the idea of the water, and then in the foreground you've got like the reeds and the foliage. I think that looks quite nice. So that was the end of the sketchbook. There's just a couple of blank pages left at the end that I haven't filled out yet. So if you have any suggestions of what I could paint or draw to fill up these last few pages, then please do comment down below. And yeah, I'll give it a go. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. It really helps me out. And yeah, if you'd like to get 10% off your Seawhite of Brighton sketchbook so we can start sketchbooking together, just use the code BF10 and I'll pop the link to the website in the description below. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.